So as for creating mobile apps, we have to go over certain procedure. It's same like any other software development or any other project. You have to define the requirements, clearly define the purpose, features, and target, what the app should do, what technology should be done, and what the customer wants. Then choose the development approach, decide whether the app is a native app, web app, or a hybrid app, or factors like performance requirements, target requirements, and development resources. So these has to be decided upfront so that you select the correct technology for that specific purpose. Then design UI and UX. Designing the user interface and user experience app to be intuitive, visually appealing, and user friendly. This is important because it has to be very easily accessible. The user should find it not complicated and easy to use. Then only they will use it. Otherwise, they will not install it and use it over a long time. Develop the app using appropriate programming languages, frameworks, development tools. So for native apps, this may involve using languages like Swift, Object-C for iOS. Object-C is typically used for iPhones or iOS operating system, and Swift and Object-C. Java or Kotlin for Android. For web and hybrid apps, you can just use the simple HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So these are two different development methodologies, and you have to select it accordingly, according to what the app has to do and how complex the app is. So how to create mobile apps? Backend development. If the mobile app requires backend services, develop necessary server-side components, databases, APIs, business logic. That is, as I said, if you're having a food delivery app, there'll be a database of the users or the food providers and the business, and the bank data will be sent. All these will need backend services. And testing, the test the app has to be tested, identify fixed bugs, ensure compatibility with different devices, and validate the app's functionality. So once the app is developed, it has to be tested under iPhone or Android and on different kinds of phones for the same operating system. So this is it's of a big work, and it has to be planned and organized accordingly. And the performance, the speed, and how the user interface is, the functionalities, everything has to be tested. Deployment. Deploy the app to respective app stores, like you have Apple App Store, Google Play Store, or distribute it through other channels such as enterprise deployment or third party. So you can either there are certain ways where you can install the app in a Google Play Console, we say, and then it appears in the Play Store, or Apple will have a similar structure, so where you install it and then it appears in the Apple. Or you might have other enterprise deployment, that is, you'll have a server where the apps are there, and remotely you can basically get it installed. So these are different deployment methodologies. Maintenance and updates. Continuously monitor and maintain the app after deployment, addressing user feedback, fixing bugs, releasing updates, and new features. So the apps has to be continuously updated because the technology changes, the hardware, every 6 months we have a new mobile phone coming up, and the operating system changes. And for that, we need to keep the app constantly updated, and even the user feedback, and if there are bugs, this has to be fixed. And this can be fixed remotely, that is by having an add-ons or updates. So this is for maintenance and updates work. Basically summarizing, creating mobile apps requires a combination of technical skills, creativity, attention to detail, and it's essential to follow best practices throughout the development process to ensure that the app meets the needs of the users and delivers user experience. That is, apps are basically very creative work, and it has to look very good because we have a very small mobile screen size. So in that, we have to put in a lot of information. It's not like laptop or desktop where you have big screens, so you have more design possibilities. But in mobiles, you have very small space, so you have to achieve whatever you want to achieve in a very small space. So you have to use the space very effectively, and it has to be appealing and very easy to use. So all these has to be taken into consideration when designing a mobile app, and also the speed and the technologies. So I hope you got a very brief understanding of what mobile apps are and different types of mobile apps, and how you can develop mobile apps. So I will go more deep into developing apps, and I'll show you small app development. I'll be focusing this tutorial on Flutter. This is a very new Google platform for creating apps compared to the other platforms. But I'll also be explaining about generally about also apps. So do leave a feedback and also ask questions if you have anything, so that I can improve my course. Do check my other courses also, and thank you for selecting my course.